morning and welcome to the AM News on Independent Television. I am Chukufumnanya Digwe. Now, the federal government has been advised to genuinely carry out surveillance on some prominent leaders in the country if it is serious about winning the fight against terrorism. This was part of the submission of guests during ITV and radio current affairs program Politics Today. Efosa Wangwe has the details.
It is no longer news that terrorism, as orchestrated by Boko Haram sect and other dreaded groups, are tearing the country apart, with the government doing everything from its end to address the situation. Little wonder a new defense minister was recently sworn in. However, panelists on the program believe that the federal government can put the issue to rest once and for all when ready. A public affairs analyst, Dr. Yoha Osaze, and a cybersecurity expert, Uyi Edobo, who joined the program virtually from Canada, all explain the pains and the level of damages the terrorist groups have done to Nigeria within and outside the country. They enjoy government to urgently address the situation and save Nigerians from the pains of terrorism.
Because we are not taking any decisive measures to ensure that anybody who is found guilty, anybody who is found wanting collaboration with this will be dealt with decisively, we will not find a headway.
Until we have a sit-down decision that we want to make the country work. It's just like, government is not able to provide water, we now start sinking boreholes. Government is not able to do our roads, we start buying SUVs. So we are just looking for another excuse again. State police is not going to solve the problem.
Listeners on radio and viewers on television also contributed through phone calls.
The problem with this insecurity in the country is that our government, they are not sincere. That's why the problem is.
Politics Today is an audience participation program aired simultaneously on ITV and radio every Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. From Benin, Efosa Uwangwe, ITV News.
Moving on, football fans were treated to another thrilling day of action at the inaugural Benin Unity Cup as Ikpoba Oka recorded an impressive 3-0 victory over Uwonde at the Crescent Sports Club field, Iriri. Osemu Diame Osage has the details.
Match day 3 of the maiden Benin Unity Cup delivered suspense, intensity and quality football as teams continue their push for a place in the semi-finals. Ikpoba Oka kicked off the day's proceedings with a dominant 3-0 win over Uwonde. A brace from Daniel Julius and a goal from Tengu Ushafa sealed the victory, boosting Ikpoba Oka's chances of finishing in the top 2 of Group A. In the second match, Oredo 1 faced Orion 1, but despite several promising opportunities at both ends, the game ended in a goalless draw. For the third fixture, Oredo 2 were awarded 3 points and 3 goals after Ovia Southwest failed to appear within the 30-minute grace period stipulated by the competition rules. Meanwhile, the day's final match between Ovia Northeast and Ego has been rescheduled for Tuesday, heightening anticipation as the group stage progresses. Only the top 2 teams from Groups A and B will advance to the semi-finals. The Benin Unity Cup, sponsored by Senator Neda Imaswe, aims to promote youth football talent and provide emerging players with pathways to both local and international opportunities. From Benin, Osemdiame Osage, RTV News.
Moving on, the management of Edu College Benin City has held its 2025 9 lessons and carols amidst fanfare. The ceremony reminded Christians of Jesus Christ's contribution to humanity. Wellington Akodeja reports that a former governor of Edo State and worldwide president of ECOBA, Chief Lucky Nusakari Igbenejon, donated a special Christmas meal for students, staff, and guests to mark the celebration.
Students of Edo College in a joyful mood thrilled staff and parents with Christmas songs, while various lessons were read by staff and invited guests. The hall venue of the ceremony was filled to capacity. In his address, the principal of the college, Mr. Justice Aibe, said the ceremony was organized to remind Christians of the importance of Christmas and the price Jesus paid to save mankind. He appreciated the worldwide president of ECOBA, Chief Lucky Nusakari Igbenejon, for his fatherly role and unwavering contributions to the school.
Well, this has become a tradition in the school in recent times, and is basically to thank God for the end of the year. We hope to keep it up.
There were drama presentations and dances by the students. The Director of Examinations in the Edo State Ministry of Education, Mrs. Ero Ugiagbe, commended the management of the school for sustaining the tradition.
My children invited me and the school management also. And I'm happy to be here because what I've seen today shows that the children really know the reason why they are celebrating.
Our parents and students also expressed appreciation to the management of the college for organizing the event, noting that it reinforces the significance of Christ's contribution to humanity as the world celebrates Christmas.
The children have been inspirational. The music ministrations, the drama piece was awesome. I believe the children have been a blessing to everyone who had come here.
It's wonderful. The whole carol, the lessons and everything, it is excellent. So I'd also like to thank Chief Lucky Benedion because he's the one who's actually providing our refreshments.
9 Lessons at Carol is an annual event celebrated by Christians worldwide. From Benin, Wellington, Akodija, ITV News.
You're still tuned into the AM News on Independent Television. We'll take a short break and be back with more reports. Stay tuned.
God's Historic Chapel Annual Harvest and Thanksgiving 2025. It's here again. The Annual Harvest Thanksgiving Service 2025. Join us live at God's Historic Chapel, Center for Signs and Wonders for our Annual Harvest Thanksgiving Service under the distinguished chairmanship of our Lord Jesus Christ. Team, Grace that covers. Psalm 91, 10-11. Come, celebrate love and joy in abundance. Father of the Day, His Excellency, Sir Chief Dr.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lung.
Welcome back. Now, in more news, the Minister of State for Regional Development, Uba Maigari, has refuted allegations that he diverted the sum of 16.5 billion naira meant for the reconstruction of the collapsed Naimnai Bridge in Gaso local government area of Taraba State. Addressing journalists in Jalingo, the Taraba State's capital, the minister, who spoke through his lead counsel, Ibrahim Effiong, described the claims as baseless, deliberately crafted to mislead the public. According to him, the minister has already instituted a legal action against the individual behind the accusations, a social media activist identified as Abdul Munmini Imam. He insisted that despite making weighty allegations, Imam had failed to provide any evidence and had instead gone into hiding. The council revealed that making accusations without proof constitutes a serious offense under the Nigerian Constitution and against Cyber Crime Act, and the decision to pursue legal action was necessary to provide a deterrent against the rising trend of unverified and malicious claims on social media. Moving on, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has denied any link to terrorism financing following a recent publication that referenced his name in connection with alleged terror suspects and purported financiers. In a statement posted on his official social media platforms, Malami described the allegations as unfounded and unfair, stressing that he has never been investigated, interrogated, or charged by any security or intelligence agency within or outside Nigeria over terrorism financing or related offenses. Malami noted that the retired military officer cited in the report had explicitly stated that he was not accusing him or other individuals of terrorism financing. However, rather the claims referenced alleged business or institutional relationships involving some suspects. Details, Malami said, were subsequently distorted into misleading narratives that his political opponents exploited for mischief. He warned that careless or sensational framing could damage reputations and erode public trust in institutions tasked with safeguarding national security. Moving on, the Department of State Services, DSS, says it has taken into custody a medical doctor who was allegedly transporting medical supplies from Sokoto to kidnappers in parts of Kwara State. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Rafiu Ajakai, says the doctor was intercepted in the Jeba area following intelligence reports about the activities of the kidnappers and their couriers. The Secret Service said the criminal gangs appeared desperate for medical care following gunshot wounds sustained in encounters with security forces. The arrest forms part of an intensified operation aimed at disrupting the logistics network sustaining kidnapping cells in the North Central Zone. Now, the Sokoto State Police Command has arrested suspected bandit financiers and motorcycle thieves in two coordinated operations carried out on Wednesday across Sokoto and neighboring Zamfara State. According to a statement released on Friday by the command spokesman, Ahmed Rafai, 3 men were apprehended in Tangaza local government area for allegedly funding a notorious bandit group by helping them sell rustled cattle. Rufai said one of the arrested suspects, Ruwa Ginyo, identified as the Fulani head of Gidan Madi, was apprehended alongside 2 accomplices. Police recovered 4 rustled cows during the operation. The Commissioner of Police, Ahmed Musa, described the suspects as part of the financial engine room that keeps bandits active. Hours later, the command strike force raided Talata Mafara in Zamfara State, arresting several individuals linked to a motorcycle theft and resale syndicate. Moving on, the Oyo State Fire Service has recovered the body of a 38-year-old man who fell into a deep well in Ile Ekpo compound, Bere, in Ibadan Southeast local government area. Confirming the incident, the Special Advisor to Governor Seyi Makinde on fire reform and chairman of the Fire Service Agency, Moruf Akinwande, said the command received a distress call from Makpo Police Division. According to him, the firefighters led by CFS Adedeji were immediately deployed to the scene. Upon arrival, it was a man of about 38 years of age who fell into a deep well. The victim was recovered and handed over to a team of policemen from the Makpo Police Division. This is the latest in a series of similar tragedies across the state. In November 2025, the body of a 45-year-old man was retrieved from a well in Odogbo, Ajagbe, in Isheyin local government area. Earlier in June, officials of the Saki Zonal Command also recovered the remains of a 2-year-old girl from a well at Orita Mokola Junction in Saki local government area. And now talking sports, Emi Buendia scored with the last kick in the game as Aston Villa stunned Arsenal 2-1 to move 3 points behind the Premier League leaders. Leonardo Trossard's 6th goal of the season and 50th Premier League goal looks to have earned a point for Arsenal after he cancelled out Matty Cash's opener. Buendia struck in the 95th minute as Unai Emery's side moved into second in the table. Arsenal, who blew Bayern Munich and Tottenham away last month, suffered their first defeat in the league since losing 1-0 at Liverpool in August. Villa Park erupted after substitute Buendia scored to give Villa their 7th straight game in all competitions. In other games, Manchester City capitalized on leaders Arsenal's defeat in comfortably dispatching Sunderland 3-0. Everton beat Nottingham Forest 3-0 to move up to 5th on the table. Tottenham Hotspur earned a convincing 2-0 win against Brentford. Newcastle United captain Bruno scored straight from a corner as they beat Burnley, while Chelsea and Bournemouth settled for a goalless draw. And with that, we've come to the end of the AM News on Independent Television. I am Chukufum Nanya Digwe. Thank you for staying tuned in. Good morning.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
Now